This is Out in the Community, and I'm your host, Sean Anthony. And did you know Rentful has connected more than 18,000 families to rent assistance programs? Franklin County is facing an eviction crisis larger than any we have ever experienced before, but Rentful and its partners can help those who are struggling with paying their rent. Today, I am joined by Carlie Booz, Executive Director of Affordable Housing Alliance of Central Ohio, to talk to us about why the eviction crisis is so important and how Rentful connects tenants and landlords to emergency rent assistance. Carlie, welcome to Out in the Community. How are you today?
I'm good. Thank you so much, Sean, for the chance to join you.
My pleasure. So let's let our listeners in Columbus know who may not be familiar with Rentful Resource Hub online. Give us a brief overview of Rentful and your work in the community.
Of course, at Rentful 614, we know that no one should lose their home or their rental income because of the pandemic and the economic shocks that followed it. Even today, in March of 2022, 29% of Ohio renters don't know how they're going to pay rent this spring. So if you know 3 renters, right, your colleagues, your family, your cousins, your neighbors, then statistically speaking, you know somebody who is struggling to pay rent. But fortunately, in Franklin County, Ohio, we have millions of dollars of federal pandemic relief funds available to make sure that tenants can pay their rent and that landlords can get the revenue they need to maintain their businesses and keep their properties safe. So Rentful 614 is the one-stop shop to connect with these resources. You can go to the website and you can find a nonprofit that's in your neighborhood that helps you submit an application. You can find answers to common questions about how the program works, and you can find out about your legal rights and how to save your home. And in fact, even today, as a community, we've already helped 33,000 Franklin County residents pay their rent and stop eviction.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
Carlie, for our listeners in Franklin County, how can someone listening start receiving rent assistance?
So easy peasy, the first step is to go to that website, go to Rentful 614 and click on the For Tenants button. This page tells you everything that you need to know about how to qualify. And I'll tell you, if you are struggling to pay rent, there is a very, very good chance that you will qualify. The program is not limited to families or to households with children. You do not need to be behind on your rent. In fact, it's better if you can reach out before you miss a rent payment. You don't need to have lost your job. You don't need to have caught COVID-19 to qualify. We just want to keep as many people in their homes as possible. Once you've gone and you've kind of figured out what you need to know about the program, you can then visit the resources page to connect with one of those nonprofit rent assistance providers and find the one that's right for you. And we've got those providers all over town. We've got Central Community House that's on the Near East Side, Homes on the Hill on the far west side, and Impact Community Action has a satellite office all the way out in Reynoldsburg. Those providers also speak all kinds of different languages. In fact, today the Rentful website is translated into both Spanish and Somali to make sure that it is available to all of our residents. And for those who don't have a computer or reliable internet, most of our service providers also offer in-person and telephone appointments. So as soon as you find the nonprofit that feels right to you, you just submit an application online that same day. You can begin getting help today if you're ready.
What if someone's living outside of Franklin County? Can they receive rent relief as well?
So the programs on Rentful are specifically designed for Franklin County residents. We've got 30 of those local partners that are signed up to help tenants and landlords get connected with this assistance. And those are groups that understand our community and have a history of serving our neighborhoods. Franklin County has been incredibly unified in this fight. I gotta recognize that the immense support has come in from Mayor Ginther, from the Franklin County Board of Commissioners, the United Way, the Seymour Institute. If you do live outside of Franklin County, the Coalition on Housing and Homelessness in Ohio's website, it's cohhio.org. They have a list of other nonprofits throughout the state that can help, but Rentful is really for us.
Now, if someone does receive rent assistance, will they have to pay the money back?
Nope, not at all. This is federal pandemic relief. It was created in the CARES Act. It was created through the American Relief Plan Act. So it is not a loan and it doesn't need to be paid back. And in most cases, I'll tell you, renters can qualify for up to 18 months of assistance. Those providers can help you not just catch up on missed payments, things that you were already behind on, but they can also help you pay rent looking forward if you're still not back on your feet. I'll note too that there's a couple different housing programs in Franklin County. For instance, we have the new Resiliency Bridge program, which combines not just rent assistance, but also job training in high demand fields. So if you were not sure where to start, finding one of those nonprofit providers on Rentful can help you figure out what the program that's best for you is and how to begin going about getting it.
Okay, let's switch gears now. Let's talk about the landlords. How does Rentful help landlords?
Landlords are a huge part of our community. Many of our members are landlords. My parents are landlords. We know that they depend on rent payments to maintain their apartments, to pay their bills, and to support their own families. Unfortunately, many, especially those small and mid-sized landlords, saw their revenues fall 50% during the pandemic, and that's bad for everyone. On Rentful, we have an entire page that's dedicated just to helping landlords connect with the help they need to stay in business and to keep their properties safe. In fact, we have 12 nonprofits that specifically accept rent assistance applications directly from landlords. You don't even need to wait for the tenant to apply. We do know that there's a misconception out there about how landlords qualify, and there are a number of landlords who think that they need to file an eviction to get help. That's not true. We do not want landlords to have to go out of pocket. We don't want you to have to hire an attorney. We don't want you to have to pay those court costs. We'd rather you get the rent relief you need in advance. So they can go to Rentful 614/landlords, where we have a long list of tips and tricks that can help them navigate the process and in fact, even speed it up, find out how to get those resources you need even faster.
Carlie, and lastly, how can listeners find more information about Rentful and the application process?
You go to rentful614.com, right? You can also follow us on social media. We are on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn now, and we post constantly. You can find out all kinds of new happenings there. If listeners want to help, we would absolutely love for them to share their Rentful link on their social media page or with their congregation or their book club or with anybody. Right now, just telling a friend about this program is one of the most powerful things that you can do. And we want to make that as easy as possible. So we have a spread the word section on our website where you can find shareable pictures, you can find printable flyers, tips for how to talk to someone that's struggling. I know that Franklin County is stronger than this virus, and we are not going to let it force our people into eviction and into homelessness, and we are not going to let it shut out our mom and pop landlords. The Rentful 614 website makes sure that you're empowered to do that.
Carlie Booth, thank you so much for joining the conversation today. I would also like to give a special thanks to Rentful for its continuing mission to help tenants stay in their homes and help landlords maintain their rental properties. As you just heard, you can start your application today and learn more information by visiting their website, rentful614.com. Also, make sure to follow Rentful on social media to receive updates on social media events, resources, and more. Once again, I'm Sean Anthony, and together we will end the eviction crisis in our community, help tenants stay in their homes, and help landlords continue to provide rental properties for individuals and families in Franklin County. Carlie, thank you so much, and you have a wonderful week, okay?
Thank you so much. You too, sir.
Bye now.